Hey folks, here I am again, Eddie Bush. I'm Procrastinationship Counts, and we're doing the Advent of Code in Typescript. Oh, and I'm going to try to pay a little bit of better attention to chat because apparently I'm really bad at that. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. New. No. There we go. All right. Oh, that's back over there. I swear this is going to make me fix this every time, isn't it? Oh, I'll tell you what, give me just a second, folks. I'm sorry for this. Let me just do a little bit of setup here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Not as far off as I thought it was. I just, you get like multiple set up and you get the wrong one in front of you, and then you don't know what's up if you're not paying attention. So my apologies. I walked away for 5 minutes and I lost everything out of my brain because that happens sometimes. That's what it's like to be human. All right. Not where I want to be. Done with that. Okay. All right, here's part 2. Oh, great. The historians can't agree who made the mistakes or how to read most of the handwriting. They noticed an interesting detail. A lot of the location IDs appear in both lists. I mean, gosh, they were searching the same room, so one would hope, right? Maybe the other numbers aren't location IDs at all, but rather misinterpreted handwriting. Okay. This time you'll need to figure out exactly how often each number from the left list appears in the right list. And so we calculate the total similarity score by adding up each number in the left list. By adding up each number in the left list after multiplying it by the number of the times the number appears in the right list. So for this, so we got these two lists we're tracking again. And so we're looking for a number in the left list, and we multiply it by however many times it appears in the right list. And that's the number, and then I guess we sum that. Okay, yep. 3 times 3 is 9. The second is 4. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So 3 is in there 3 times. So we're going to come up with 9 3 times. Okay. Yeah, great. So this is it's Advent of Code. It's not a real problem. This is not something you would do This is a fun little exercise that you can just play with, right? All right, so we're going to TDD this again. And I'm doing the wrong thing again. I'm trying to Command Tab over to the IDE, and it's in a different desktop. So again, my brain turned to goo, and it has dribbled out of my ear. Yeah, this is just trash. I was only doing that. Might be nice to pull that out, but I'm just not going to right now. Let's see here. Part of me feels a little dirty about doing it. Part of me just wants to go into the next one. I'm not shipping this anywhere beyond right here, so I'm not going to feel too bad about it. Let's put Copilot away. And what was my naming process over here? Okay. Right. Oh yeah, day one. There you go. I'm not sure. Fine. Fine. Don't understand why these don't get picked up. I know I'm not using expect yet, but it'll be there. All right, let's start with failing test. Should work. Day two should work. Okay. All right. That's very good. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to filter this down. I wouldn't normally do that in an actual project, but these are very unrelated. So I'm not going to feel too bad about it. If I have to filter it down in a real project, I really need to start thinking about what's making my test run slow enough that I have to do that. If you're coming to a legacy project that has a bunch of existing tests, you may just have to suck it up and come up with a compromise of running part of the test most of the time and then running all the tests with a lower frequency. And I do see that happen. I mean, there's worse ways to go about it, but the best is to be able to run all the tests all the time so that you get just as rapid feedback as you possibly can about the change that you just made. There's so much value that comes from learning that you made a problem, that you introduced the problem to a product right exactly when you bring it in. You just can't. It can't be. It can't be undervalued. It can't be overvalued. It can't be. The value of it can't be overstated. How about that? Some days I can string English words together and make them sound really good. All right, and here I'm trying to Command Tab again because that's where my brain is at. Okay, so we're doing like instead of a sum of distances, we're doing like a sum of similarities. Um, um, I guess the similarity score is um, the thing for the whole list for the two lists together. It's yeah, 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 yeah. Small, simple. Sure, 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 sure. Just throw this back up there. Um, um, as a little place to think. Um, yeah, I mean, we should be able to deal with empty lists. Um, uh, so on one, there's empty lists. On the other one, there is no matches. That would be one empty list. Those are good zeros. Um, um, one, 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 one. Um, yeah, let's think about it like this. Okay, if we got an empty list, if we have there's an intersection here. Are you seeing it with the zombies thing? I'm trying to think of a nice way to do this. Um, really, what I want to do is I want to separate the first thing I'd like to do is separate what happens with one of them from the iteration. So empty list, and then no matches. Second list, and then yeah, one element, no matches, one match. Um, I'm mixing them together, aren't I? And there's uh, one list is just providing a source, and the other one is or it's choosing the number, and the other one is giving me the stuff we're going to filter down, right? Um, so there's so really the base here is um, the base of this is on that right hand list. There's always it's defined as a list, right? So, but it could be yeah. I think I'm making this. I'm going to get into this, and I think we've done enough talking about it, right? So so this isn't day 2. Well, let's see here. Day 2, problem 2. Tell you what, let's just do that. And let's see. So for 0, 4, less. My default is 0, right? So I want to get that set up out of the gate. 0, 0, 0, but this 0 is calculated, and this is fine. Yep. It's kind of going through the same thing, right? Param. Yes, there you go. I don't like any of the names that come to mind. I hate them, which is pretty common for small problems like this. They're manufactured, and so they're basically fancy math problems, right? Oh, I don't want those to be Annie. That'd be a number. That'd be a number. And fine. Oh. Yeah, I don't need this. Actually, we're running over here, aren't we? Are we? There we go. Expected blah, blah, blah. Huh? Um, Oh, I never updated that, did I? Here. Filter by AP. Okay. Okay, so let's go to A. Oh, I think I think what happened there is it had that name stuck in memory and it wasn't rescanning. So, all right. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll do something like that. That'll get us to our first passing test. And then I got to kick this out if I want to be able to use it in another test. And okay. All right. So I want to drive for, let's see. All right, I want to score out of this, so I want it to show up. Let's see. Calculate. It can calculate. I hate this. Um, oh, I don't want that though because it's already going to give me 0. I want something like that. Um, I need to break this down further. So I need to do, there's each one of these dimensions that we can run in is too interesting. That's why I was having trouble doing the zombies for it. And that's why I'm having trouble naming these tests. Because there's the similarity score, and then there's the sum. And sum is a lot less interesting. It was easier to name things in the first problem because it was really about those two values in the same position of the two different lists. This one is about an element out of this list and the rest of the list, or the whole, well, all the things that match, which basically means the whole list is a candidate, right? So, yeah. So I'm just going to throw this away. No, you wrote code. You can't delete it. Too bad. And yeah. I still don't like this verbiage very much. Yeah. So this is going to be more like that. And see, I need something to drive me into the iteration of that second list. And I don't want to do that while I'm also trying to drive the iteration of the first list. It's just too it's too complected, right? So I want to tease that apart and let the test force me into both those sets of iteration, but it's just too complex to do in one place, right? So this is more like it's more like that, I think. Speed number. Let's leave that alone for a second. And, well, it's still going to let me return undefined. So that's fine. Expect undefined to be expected 0. Got undefined. There's that. Okay, now we're rocking and rolling. Okay, is 0 for empty list. Now we're into is 0 for 0. I want something to drop me out of 0. I don't want to be 0. I don't want to be 0. I want to have to come back to 0. Ultimately, this is going to be, this is really for no matches. And this is going to be 1 for 1 match. There, how about that? This is better. And there are is 0. Uh-oh. I think I'm starting to see like some parameterization in here, but we're going to hold off on that because sometimes that just makes it muckier, right? Okay, so we still got 1. And there's 1 match. Oh, that's wrong. That should be 1. Let's take that out. Oh, it accidentally passed. I see. Yeah. Okay. Brain dribbling out here. All right, so this letter score should be 1. And yeah, actually, the simplest thing I could do is this. It's not very pretty. I don't know if I like it going that direction. In fact, it's a true statement. All right. Now I don't like this. Okay, it's fine. We'll just go over. We'll keep it really concrete. I don't like that, but when 2 is the number and is 2, when the number is 2 and there is 1 match, I'm doing a thing called triangulation here, right? I'm saying, okay, here's this test tells the truth. It locks in a truth that that I want to see presented in the code that I'm writing, right? And I want to see that pass, right? And now I'm gonna create another test that comes at it from the same angle. You can look at this. I think the term is degrees of freedom, right? So this is a 1 single degree of freedom that's matching on having 1 match, matching in this way, right? It's kind of the way I'm looking at it, and I'm coming at it from 2 different angles. They can't both be true at the same time, but these tests all have to pass at the same time. So the only choice that this has is to fail. Let me see. 2 times the number is it's present 1 time. So it's 2. Okay. Now, what's the simplest thing I can do here? Well, actually, the simplest thing I could do is just return the number. I don't really like that. Feels like cheating. All right. All right. Do a little refactor here just because I see something coming, I think. I think we're fixing to expand on this. I'm also going to refactor my tests here a little bit and say, is the number when there is one match. All right. All right. Now, by the way, both of those have the same outcome. Think about it, right? And I'm testing outcomes. I'm actually trying to align this with some behavioral rules. Can feel a little weird, and but it's interesting too. Like if you notice there, the thing that set those tests apart at one point in time was just the way that they were named. That was the most interesting thing that kept them apart. And we do want our test names to be really clear about the intent that we have of what we expect to see in the behavior that we're testing for. In this case, this is a pure function, so we're looking at the return value, right? And so it's a pure function because the output is dependent upon these inputs, and so it literally just looks at those inputs, draws some determination about what the answer is. It's always the same if you give it the same inputs, and it returns it. Doesn't call out to an external system. It doesn't use anything else. It's a pure function. It literally just does some sort of calculation or computation or math in a really fuzzy way, math. And so, anytime we're looking at something like that, we're looking at the value that's returned. That is the behavior that we are testing for. All right, so all right, there's one match. So the tests are starting to tell me actually where I want to test next, right? Is twice the number when there are 2 matches. All right. Oh, I'm trying to think of something I could do that would make me go to 3. But really what we're down to here is or the place I see to go is to filter this list. Yeah. Hold on a second here. Okay, I'm good with that as a first step. And then if you want to do it exactly like it's stated, you do it like that. And okay. By the way, we started on the very inside, so this is inside out. The other one we did kind of outside in, but this one we've gone straight to the function that's called in the loop, and we're developing that, and now we're going to put the loop around it, right? So uh, I am cheating a little bit here. Okay. And frankly, something like this. Sure. No. Not quite. So we'll do something like this. It's interesting. Have you noticed that sometimes it gives it to me like this, and sometimes it gives me the other way, right? It's interesting that I don't even know. I haven't figured out, but it's really interesting to me how sometimes it basically says, "Do you want do you want to do this as a function?" Just so this will do again, function blah blah blah, or do you want to do it with like an ES6 arrow function? It's so interesting. Things. So as AI comes in, it's funny because things are becoming things that used to be very deterministic are becoming somewhat. It feels like they're becoming somewhat less deterministic. Progress, right? I don't need to move that out yet. All right, so that's undefined. That's great, and yeah, that's fine. And No, something like that. And I still don't like these names, but whatever. All right. I actually should be driving this predominantly off the left one. I'm kind of. Oh, I didn't kick that out. What am I doing here? Brain dribbling out ear. Um, all right, so that should be 0. Um, all right. Let's just say one location. And then we could do something like this in here. Just to drive home. That's not what I wanted. Oh, wow, I've done something wrong here. How's all this passing? Well, this is wrong. This is a lie. I am not tired, am I? Not in a bit. Not a bit. And that's the thing that's supposed to make me do this. Oh, sorry about that. You know, no matter how much of this you do in your day job, you yeah. So this is interesting. I really don't need to go this direction at all because I've already shown that this direction is tested out with the stuff above, right? So I might add a little bit of this if I wasn't sure of that, but really the thing that's interesting is to do something like this. Well, that's not even interesting, is it? Because there again, I'm testing the same thing. But store from one location. Okay. Well, and that's what this test is for. So we'll roll with it. Let's see. 2 plus 4 is 6, I think. Yeah. Exactly. So, exactly. All right, what's going on here? That should have been what we're looking for. There's 2 is there, and we're multiplying it by its occurrences. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2. I think that should be 2. So the sum of that should be 6. What's going on here? Oh, I got a nan. Where'd the nan come from? Oh, it's all the way up there. Are you kidding me? Wait, it's this one, isn't it? Yes. Oh, yes. um, yeah, I'm not tired. That's so. That's awesome. Of course, it's nan. Let's try to calculate something with numbers that don't exist. Um, all right. All right. So I'm going to skip this for a second, and there we go. um, I need to bring accumulation in. All right, so let's do that. Um, yeah. All right. So now that I've done that, not tired at all. Not at all. It's not that late. I really shouldn't be tired. There we go. There we go. Yeah. What was I thinking there? Okay. Not wanting to repeat the problems that we did last time. We'll do this. And let's see. All right. You know, not all right, actually. Um, I bet we're going to do a lot of this. Probably wants to stick this in a file and then just do some parsing on it. Tell you what, let's we're gonna do the simplest thing that could work for now, which is this, and then we'll refactor. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but sure. Okay, so it's supposed to be 13. And this said it was supposed to be 31? Really? Um, Sorting the individual list doesn't matter because this is about going through each one and doing some arithmetic on what you find in the other one. So, but it's interesting that we're off that far. Math, the multiplication is here. Let's make some restore to 2 be 2 times 3 is 6. Oh. Well, so yeah, what if we do 3 here, let's do this. No, stop that. You're helping me too much. I just want to test. Like I'm here. Let's grab this for a second, and let's smash this in here, and let's see here. Expect Mary score to be 1. Okay, so if we're looking at, so we'd be looking at 3. So in this case, we expect it to be 9. Let's see if that can fail. Yeah, make it fail. Okay. Expect a similar score of the next one. Did we see that we could get a 0? Is this what's going on? 4. Oh no, 4's in there. I'm sorry. What's not in there? 2's not in there. Okay. So it's handling no occurrence is fine. I mean, this is, you know, some more interesting data. 9 and 9. Yeah. Well, that's already more than 13 because 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 3. 2, 1, 3, 3. What am I doing here? I'm doing something silly. All right, so I'm going across data, and I'm throwing the first element off into location IDs. And I'm throwing the second into similar location IDs. I'm calling my function. Oh. I'm just simply not iterating, right? I need to iterate this. And so for brevity, because frankly, I'm tired of this. I'm tired, which is making me tired of this. I'm just going to go ahead and put the iteration in. I'm gonna go for the gold. I could do the same sort of thing and add multiple ones of these and show that, you know, I could do it for the first one and the second one, and but yeah, really all I'm going for here is let's see. Here, let's do location IDs dot slice 1 2 dot map number yeah. And so if you go back and look at the other one, now we're really bringing that iteration in, right? So I'm going to bring this down to just like that, and I think actually at that point that'll make, no, it's still not making that pass. If the length is greater than 1, oh, because I'm not doing the reduce. and I'm slicing. Well, I would have to slice, wouldn't I? Yeah. Tell you what, let's put this in a little nicer format here. And then this is the thing, right? Like, sure. Okay, I'm slicing the whole thing, going across all of it. I think I can actually take this off now. No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I should have actually put the 31 in there. Yeah, that's exactly what we expect. Yeah, these numbers are all right. Cool. So it's funny how it's always harder than you think it is, especially when you're tired. Let's make sure we get them all. Sure. Yeah, it's looking at the buffer and it's like, let's see. Yeah, I really shouldn't have these big old long lists here. They should be in a file somewhere. A different file. They are in a file somewhere. It's a little messy to do it like this. Yeah, there's a couple of them in there. Oh no. After all that waiting. Oh man, this is frustrating. Basically got to hold that the whole time, don't I? Oh man, I'm literally sitting here thinking, is it going to take me longer to do that again, or refactor the other thing to where I can read this from a file? Here, I'm just gonna. We're gonna do this again. No, I just let go of it. That it'd be nice if there was some way to do like a. You're okay. Do some sort of a continuation. Like you can let go of shift and push it back down, and before you click, and it doesn't work like that here. At least it doesn't seem like it works like that here. Be really great if it did. JetBrains. But how often, like this is so off of anything that we would want as normal practice. And if we did stuff like this regularly, which it seems like we're going to do in these little problems, we'd have some sort of a helper that would take care of this for us. Because this is just intolerable. Look at that red. I can only imagine that red is there to say, this is a really bad idea. Right there, you see in the thumb is traveling up the track. Can you see that? In that red? Over in the scroll bar. I just think that's hilarious. It's got to be why it's red. It's like, this is a really bad idea. Don't do that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. It cannot create more than 1,000 carats. Are there more than 1,000 numbers there? Let's see what we got. We're pressing the bounds of the IDE, and this is a damn good IDE. It's really slow. Okay, it got to the end. So why is it red? Other than just like, this is too long. Okay, fine. Let's make your life a little easier. Now you won't have to choke so hard. Okay. Now, fine. There. There. Okay. All right. Now, the nice thing is once we've got that, we can do this. By the way, this is the fact that I can do that tells us that there's a refactoring there, right? We may not want our test code to be as dry as our production code, but we want it drier than that. So I am being a little lazy here. Hey, I got the right answer the first time. And then, it's funny because what we did is, what do we do? Paid attention to the list. That was a big part of it. I think that was a big part of it. Yeah. So that one went a little bit faster. Hey, I completed day 1. All right. Oh, I got 2 gold stars. Oh, this is the thing. I've seen this on Reddit. Yeah. Fine. Whatever. Okay. Well, that's it for today. But no promises. I'll do 2 tomorrow. But yeah. That was Advent Code day 1. So there you go. And I don't know. Maybe I will do. We'll see how these go. Really, what I like to do is spend about 30 minutes a day. Not working today, so I don't mind spending some extra time. So it may take us longer, right? but that's fine. And we may get bored and stop and do something else. That's fine. Nobody's paying us to do this, right? But they're neat little problems, and they let you play with some of the mechanics of TDD a little bit. These are interesting problems to do. If you're trying to learn a new language, you might try that on. Go and do it in a language that you haven't used. If you haven't used Typescript, you got at least a good starter for how to approach this. I'm not going to tell you that I did it perfect, and somebody else would probably do it different. But the thing that's important to me is I want to have a justification in my test for as I bring the code in, right? I'm going to bring this down. Can I bring that down? Oh, that's fine. I'll just leave them where they're at. It doesn't matter because we're not kicking this out to production code. So, but if you think about how we went through here, and I used the test to drive through every piece, even through the iteration, even in this down here. Although I didn't get as frankly. I'll bet you, actually, I could get rid of this. Let's go for this one more refactoring. Yeah. And, of course, we can do that then. And once again, it's a pure function. Runs nice and fast, doesn't it? Yeah. Was it 29 milliseconds? And that's including the big one. Oh, man. It's a big data set. Part of me does want to kick this out. Like, what if this was just a list of numbers, right? Fine, I guess I'm going to do something with it. Well, what it's going to look like is I'm going to put this in backticks because then we can have what was the punctuation between those? Was it just spaces? Yeah, it's just multiple spaces. And there's none of that. These are all Let's see. This would be the beginning of the file. That would be the end. All right. Come on. What's going on here? Oh, wrong one. I think the AI is just chomping at the bit to write it for me. So let's see what it does. Um, Here, let's do this here. All right. There we go. 34403. Why did it go 403? 34403. Oh, because there could be multiple. All right. So split on new line. Let's see. This is doing it like this. Man. Okay. Why is it doing? It's doing each one. But I should be able to do that. And it's going in and again. Like, okay, I obviously don't know how to do this regex here. Oh, why is it S? Oh, it's spaces. Oh, again, I am not tired, am I'm using digits. Like, this is probably fine right here. We did it just like that. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. All right. And all right, that's enough fun for me. I hope this was useful for you guys. the AI can be handy sometimes. It is not. I don't know. It's sometimes it's going to take you in the wrong direction faster. It just is. You've really got to know what you're doing. You need to have a sense about what you're trying to accomplish and what it looks like to accomplish that. I don't know if you've noticed that in the work that we've done today, but yeah. So thinking that you're just going to throw a bunch of low-skilled devs with AI at something, I mean, good luck with that. When that doesn't work out, I know some guys you could bring in, they'll just fix the mess for you, right? But they're going to cost a lot more than the cheap devs that you're buying and that you think you can get by with. There's no substitute for expertise. All right. The SETI Bush from Craftsmanship Counts. If you like it, give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe, come back. I'll be here. And I'll try to watch the chat so that I can engage with you. I've done really bad at that today. Missed a couple of people. Sorry, Steven. It wasn't personal. I love you, man. You're a good dude. Yeah, so here was Steven earlier. Steven Diamante. He's a good dude. Really smart guy. Yep. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know, or jump in and join the chat. All right. The SETI Bush. I'm supposed to have a catchphrase, aren't I? Till next time, keep your test passing and your code clean. I think that's what I